I'm Julie Herman of Jaybird Quilts, and today I would like to introduce you to my latest product, the Jaybird Quilts Fussy Cut Shapes. Jaybird Quilts Fussy Cut Shapes are designed to make fussy cutting easy. Each shape has a 1/4-inch gray edge to define the seam allowance. This enables you to focus on the interior space of the shape and know exactly what will appear in the finished shape. Most shapes have centered crosshairs to help you with positioning an image within the shape. Each shape also has blunted points for easy piecing alignment. Downloadable PDF instructions are available now. The link to access them is in the video description below. Let's learn more about the diamond. The diamond from the Jaybird Quilts Fussy Cut set is one of the most used shapes, and it's incredibly versatile. It's used in alphabet soup, sweet tooth, and park bench, as well as nourish, cookie cutter, August stars, mini giggles, sprinkles, seaside, and rock candy. Oh, the power of the diamond. The diamond shape shows up in all different directions in all of the quilts. The main 3 directions you'll see it in are pointing up and down, pointing up to the right, and pointing up to the left. Keep this in mind as you select your pattern so that you make sure you fussy cut accordingly. You'll also see it in mini giggles with the straight sides like this and like this. Each pattern has detailed diagrams so that you can make sure that you are fussy cutting your fabric as best as possible. The diamond shape has crosshairs in the center that mark exactly the center of the diamond shape. The gray outline here shows me where my seam allowance is. So everything I can see in the center of my diamond is exactly what I'm going to end up with in my finished piece. It makes it super easy and fun to do your fussy cutting. There's so many possibilities with the diamond with the direction that you want to cut it. Your project will tell you which way. You might want to cut it horizontally, you might want to cut it vertically, you might want to cut it with your straight parts across and pointed up, or pointed up to the left. So I'm gonna get towards the edge of my fabric. And as you can see, I've already cut quite a few things out of here. Fussy cutting will create a little bit of Swiss cheese with your fabric, but that's okay. There's still so many ways to utilize the pieces we have left. So I am going to, I think for this one, capture this little guy here. So I'm gonna go vertical, and I'm going to use those crosshairs to make sure that I'm on my character, if that's what you want. If you want it to be in the top left for some reason or bottom right, feel free to do that as well. I'm going to line up. I want to make sure I don't lose the tail there. Okay. Once you have it lined up, begin cutting. Now I am right-handed, so I am going to cut the parts I'm comfortable with, which in my case are these two and the blunt corner here. It's important to cut the blunt corners because it really will help with alignment when you get to piecing. Now since I'm close enough to another part that's the edge of fabric, I'm going to cut all the way into the edge. If you are not and you're in the center, that's okay too. I'll show you how that works. Now I'm going to go ahead and simply spin this, or if you have a rotating mat, you can use that as well. Rotary cutter safety is important. You never want to cut towards yourself. If it shifts, that's okay. I'll show you how we're going to realign it. So we're simply going to take the pieces and line them up on our cut edges. Just going to line that up here, line that up here. And once I have it lined up, I can do the rest of my cutting, which is up here, along here, and my last blunt edge. Now I've got this cute little guy ready to go. I'll show you another example. For my second example, I'm going to cut out this character. 2 things you'll note here. 1, I'm not paying attention to grain at all. If I was, I'd be like this, and I'd have 2 straight of grain sides and 2 bias. Since I already have bias sides anyway, if I cut like this, I'll have 4 bias sides. Just going to be careful to not stretch my piece, but this allows me to get all of the character, where if I'm like this, I'm missing a couple pieces, and I really want to feature all of this tiny little character. So I'm going to go like this, And now I'm going to pretend that I'm in the center and that I can't cut off the edge. And I'm going to show you how you do that when you can't cut off the edge. So again, I'm right-handed. If you're left-handed, this will be backwards. And I'm going to do that cut, and that cut. And I'm not cutting off because I'm pretending that I can't. Now I'm going to spin this around. And if it doesn't move, great. But we're going to pretend like it did move. Oops, it moved. Okay, so in order to get it back on, I can line it up and then kind of pull it away. You can see a little bit of the green on my cutting mat. Or some people find it a little easier to flip the fabric up, slide the piece back on. This way I have a clean area here to view it. Then flip the fabric back out of my way. Take my rotary cutter and finish cutting out my piece. Let's see how this one looks. Oh, so cute. So cute. And so now I have a hole in my fabric and I can just continue to use my fabric to cut other pieces. So now I have one that's pointed more up and down and one that's more pointed up to the right. And those would work great in rock candy. So I could have used this one right here, up and down. Could have used this one right here, up to the right. You can see in this sample, I did all fussy cutting of the tiny little creatures and made sure that this is the baseline for all of my pieces and how I did my cutting. I'll show you one more cutting example. So with this deer fabric, I'm going to go ahead and decide how I want to cut it. I could put my diamond like this, kind of nestle the nose into the point. I lose a little bit of the ear, but I do get the body. Or I could turn it like this, and I get a little more of the antlers, I get the ear, I get the nose. And when I'm thinking about specifically rock candy, the directions that I want for rock candy are up and down, up and to the right, up and to the left. I don't actually want it like this, so don't want to cut it like that. So I think for rock candy, I would do it this way. So now it's just a question of, do I want more antlers up there? Do I want more of this? I think I'm going to center the deer, so I'm going to use my crosshairs. And I think I'm happy with that. So I am just going to shift this a little bit so that I have a few of the edges in a place that I'm comfortable cutting. You want to cut as much as you can in the first go while still feeling comfortable. So in my case, it's going to be half, 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to cut towards myself. It's just not a safe thing to do. Now I'm going to spin it around. And I'm going to flip the fabric up. Line my diamond back up. Hold that in place. And do my final 3 cuts. All right. And there we go. When cutting with the Fussy Cut diamond, you cut off the sharp points of your diamond. Typically, diamonds look like this, with sharp points, instead of the blunt points. When you go to align diamonds to sew pairs together, it's not exactly clear where along the piece to do the alignment. Kind of got to guess like that. But when you have the sharp points cut off, you have a guide that perfectly shows you where to line up your pieces. So it's very helpful. The Fussy Cut diamond can also be used to cut off the sharp points of diamonds cut with the Sidekick or Super Sidekick ruler. Simply trim, rotate, realign, and trim. Thanks so much for tuning in today. If this video was helpful for you, please like it, leave a comment below, and subscribe to this channel. Your support makes a big difference in letting me know what kind of content you enjoy here on my YouTube channel and what types of products and quilt patterns to offer. Join me for my upcoming sew-alongs, where I'll guide you through making a fussy cut rock candy table topper and the letters, numbers, and projects from the Alphabet Soup book using these fussy cut shapes. You can sign up for the new sew-alongs at the same link below, where you can request the PDF fussy cut shape directions. See you soon!